Screenshots for next week's kits have leaked. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 news, really speculation video. So the Sims community has this leak. They are calling it official. I would say it's not from EA, so it's a leak. Sims 4 kit preview. What's previewing are some screenshots, not the actual individual items. So they do name their source, which is Anadius, who I did see the tweet from Anadius, and they took it down because previously when they have leaked other things, EA has copyrighted against them and brought them down that way. So these are not leaks that EA is trying to get out there. It's just from someone who is able to hack into their system and get all of the screenshots. So it's likely, but it's not official. So here are some of the screenshots that we know for the Artist Studio kit. There's 3 per kit. The first one in each are like the artistic type renders, so possibly the cover art that's coming with it. So you can see, what it looks from that perspective. So here is one of 2 for the Artist Studio kit. Again, all of this is coming from Sims community. We can see that there is an easel there on the left-hand side, which is appropriate for an Artist Studio kit. I think on the bottom right, that looks almost like a new skin of the Digitalistic Sketchpad. I don't actually use it that much, but that doesn't strike me as what the one that's in the game currently looks like. And I'm wondering if the one in the middle is a woodworking table. Either that or it's just a shelving unit with an unfinished woodworking piece on it. And a sink in the back there. And of course there's some artwork on the wall, one of which there is featuring the Grim Reaper and the little freezer bunny that the Grim Reaper wears. So it seems like they're in keeping with the upcoming Life and Death expansion pack with respect to the theme for here. And I'm wondering if what looks like paint spatters there on the ground, if that's like just sort of like a carpet that you can put down there. Kind of thinking that either that or some type of flooring, but that flooring looks what's already in the base game. So I'm thinking it's just some see-through carpets that you can see to make it look more lived in as an artist studio. And then the other screenshot is more like a darker theme here. And again, you can see that easel, which strikes me as bigger than usual, and some shelving units and some sort of decorative things that you can kind of maybe use when you're doing paint by references and just make your studio look more like a studio. My Sims paint a lot and do woodworking, so I could see me using some of these things, but it really depends on how big that easel is, if I'm really going to want to use it, or if it's just sort of looks bigger but isn't actually any bigger in terms of the floor space that it takes. Hopefully that's all it is. So here we have the Sims 4 Storybook Nursery Kit. Here is like the artistic renders, and you can see what kind of looks like a change table. Also a crib for an infant with like a canopy kind of over it and matching curtains, and then a dollhouse and a little cat. And then I think that little basket is decorative unless it's a new way of doing a toy box that's not actually enclosed and they'll just magically take toys out of it. But we have something similar to that in Parenthood. So I'm kind of thinking it's more a decorative thing. So here we have the first one, which looks like it might be the Goth house with when Cassandra and Alexander are younger, but that's just sort of the vibes I'm getting from it. And you can see the little toddler bed that's up on a little platform. There's that doll house, and I don't know if that's a new skin of the toddler blocks, and there's a little cat there. I don't know if that's just a decorative thing or if it's like a new plush. It seems a bit small compared to what the plushes currently are. It would be nice if it was a new, smaller plush, but I'd have to honestly see it in action because it could just be decorative. But they're really, really showing it a few times. Like here it is in this second actual in-game screenshot. You can see that little teddy there too, and the blocks do look different. You got what looks like the change table in here, that same crib for infants with like a little canopy over it, a new chandelier up there, rocking chair, and what looks like a playmat. And in addition to like the change table, which currently you only have if you have growing together. So it looks like maybe you could possibly get them with this, and I'm going to assume they're going to be functional. They're kind of cute. And the left-hand side, someone was wondering if it was like a carriage, but I kind of think it's a bassinet. I can't imagine that they would add something like that with a kit, because usually kits are essentially reskins of things, even if they were things that maybe were previously in a pack. And essentially when they do that, what they do is they move the functionality to the base game, and then it would be able to be accessed with whatever pack it is. And it's possible, I think maybe the change table already is considered base game, because I think you can get a functional CC change table because that's the case. I'm not sure about the little playmat. Playmat's not really very useful without growing together, because of course infants, if you don't have growing together, they come with all of their ability to do everything, whereas with growing together you have to get the milestones to get those things, but still cute regardless. Before I started using them excessively, I used to find them kind of a nuisance, but they are useful when you're trying to get your milestones. Now, on that top left-hand corner, you can see the shelf, and on that shelf is a picture which the Sims community zoomed in on, and I can see that, why they think that it looks like that newborn has a pacifier, which I can't see the newborns getting pacifiers in their mouth, but they're, speculating whether we're going to get pacifiers in game update with respect to this period of the roadmap. They're saying this quarter, which could, if it was this quarter, the quarter is ending, it would be September, i.e. in time for the game update for this actual kit. We don't often get something new added to the game for kits, so I'm not really sure about that. Or anyways, I'm curious what you think, whether that they sometimes do put like little hints like that quite far in advance of when things get added in the game. But I think there were some other renders previously that I vaguely recall with toddlers or infants with pacifiers too, so perhaps that is coming to the game. I'm curious what you think. So if you're curious when everything's coming out, we do know from the roadmap that the kits are coming out next Thursday, September 19th. The usual release time is 10 a.m. Pacific. And also the game update to prepare us for those kits should be next Tuesday, September 17th. And in addition to preparing us for the kits, we should also be getting the fixes from the laundry list, which I did a separate video on if you want to check out the fixes that are expected to be coming next week. But I'd love to know what you think about what was leaked and what was coming. Do either kit interest you, or perhaps both or neither? I'd love to know in a comment down below. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!